What's up, everybody? Time for another Talking Comics with me, Riot Agenda. Today I wanted to go over the comic books that I referenced in not my last video, but the video before that. I want to go over Turtles number 20 or 300, Shredder number 10, and then the Dungeons and Dragons Total Party Killers issue number 1. So, I guess we'll start with this one since it's out. This is actually was an awesome comic book. It definitely blew my expectations away. I figured there'd be more of like a common story of adventurers, looking for treasure and sprinkled in some D&D stuff around there. But it was actually a lot of deep cut lores for stuff. It was really cool. Gelatinous Cube part is probably my favorite character. Why a Gelatinous Cube is my favorite character, you'll definitely have to read it to find out. But yeah, very true to Dungeons & Dragons. I actually used to be a Dungeon Master at one point, so I definitely know my Dungeons & Dragons. A lot of really cool references in here, some cool monsters, and multiple cool twists. I mean, in hindsight, the cover might have been a spoiler. I'm not really going to go over what the details are, like the story, because I definitely recommend anyone watching this video get this comic book, especially if you're a Dungeons & Dragons fan. You will not be disappointed. Very interesting. I'm very excited to get the next issue. I believe this will be a mini-series. I thought this would be an ongoing Dungeons & Dragons series, but I believe it is a mini-series called this Total Party Killers. From the back of the comic book, they did talk about that there is going to be an ongoing Dungeons & Dragons comic book in the fall. But right now, this is what we got. As far as I can tell, the next issue is not going to come out for another 2 months. So it's instead of every month, it's going to be every other month. It's probably going to be a 4 to 5 issue miniseries. I definitely recommend it. This was great stuff. And then we'll go to Turtles 200. I kind of showed this off when I did my blind bag opening. I'll go into the story here. As I mentioned in my other Turtles video, that 19, you're kind of leading up to this, how Tang Shen is back from Yomi no Kuni, which is the land of the dead. General Eight Thunders and Lady Uzumi are very upset. There's Lady Uzumi and General Eight Thunders. I think it was, General Eight Thunders is very upset with her, and they gave her a weapon that, now that the veil between the land of the dead, Yomi no Kuni, and the earth is thin, there's going to be more dead spirits passing over, and it is Tang Shen's duty to send these spirits back to Yomi no Kuni. They get attacked by Koya, who's one of the newer Turtles characters. As far as I can tell, is only from this iteration. Is a mutated eagle type character. We do get some fun throwdowns with Bebop and Rocksteady and Karai. I feel like they just kind of jammed all that in there because this is, a big Turtles anniversary, so we're going to go over the most popular characters. And Casey Jones shows up, and he, after finding that Splinters come back to life, and Tang Shen, the Turtles' mothers, come back to life, he really wants them to bring back his mother. Tang Shen and Splinter say no, but Raph is Casey and Raph were best friends, so Raph on the secret actually helps Casey to get his mother back by accessing Yomi no Kuni, and immediately Tang Shen attacks her and sends her back to the land of the dead. And Casey is not very happy about this. This line actually always hit me pretty hard, as he says, "Always thought of your family as my family, Raph. Guess if you guys can't say the same, huh?" It's like, oh, that's some brutal stuff there. Casey's really done anything he can for the Turtles. And the one time he's asked for something from them, they very quickly shut him down. So it's kind of, I don't want to say it started him on a villain path, but I'm definitely curious to see how one of the Turtles' best friends is actually a little bit against him now. Raph ends up taking the bit to Karai because he and Karai and Casey Jones have worked a little together. I don't know the backstory, but Raphael actually seems fairly friendly with Karai. And then he brings them the piece of the artifact that came out that is helping him access the land of the dead. Baxter Stockman is using it and he kind of creates a technological variant of it and brings back some Foot Clan soldiers from the beginning of the Foot Clan, or Foot Clan, who are completely loyal to the foot. So Karai's got some new awesome super soldiers. Actually beat the tar out of Raphael. Showing these guys actually are pretty badass. Then Lord Eight Thunders actually kills Lady Izumi, because who saw that coming? And then very cool. This is probably my panel of the comic. There is Shredder, who is, since he was dead and has come back to life, he felt it. So I feel like the Shredder and the Turtles are coming into a collision course. I mean, 20 issues in, and they really haven't encountered each other. They know Shredder's back alive, and obviously Shredder knows the Turtles. Very exciting stuff. Super pumped to see where it goes from here. The backup story was a lot of classic Turtle artists doing 1 or 2 pages. This one was really cool. This is the Turtles Adventure comic book that was definitely inspired by the 1987 cartoon. So it's a lot of, like I said, big spreads about the different Turtles eras. It was kind of cool, but there's really nothing to it. Renette, the girl from the cover, is cleaning up the time stream from a mini-series called Battle Nexus. I might actually do a longer video on that. I'm working with getting an editor, video editor, and that might be the first series. Turtles mini-series that was beginning of the year called Battle Nexus. It was awesome. This issue, really, you don't need to read the Battle Nexus to understand this part, but it's, you know, it's kind of, I want to say it's a sequel, but a coda maybe. This is the 2-page spread of the current iteration. And then, you know, a bunch of essays in the back. So it's definitely a good issue 300. I mean, it starts a new storyline, really touches on the Turtles' history. So overall, I thought it was pretty good. Not as probably good as it could have been, because it really is the start of a new storyline, but that's what they want to do. It's an anniversary issue. People are going to pick that up, get the first part of the story, and want to keep getting more. I'm going to get more anyways, but so, I mean, it's what you expect from an anniversary issue. Overall, pretty well done. And then Shredder 10 No. This was, as I've said before, this is my favorite comic book on the stands right now. This issue did not disappoint. My previous Shredder series talked about how he was invaded by the Vreen, and this issue is a lot of Shredder is communicating with the Vreen in his mind to try to not have it take over his consciousness. But the Vreen is definitely taking over, being aggressive, and he's going to try to take over Shredder's body and make the Cyber Shredder. And then the panel of the comic book down there, the Force perspective, as his new ally is defending him against the Dog Stars. This was awesome. While he's meditating, he was afraid that people are going to kill him, so he's used his new ally, Hoshimi, to protect him while this is happening. Pretty cool showdown. It looks like the Vreen's all taking over the Shredder. It's like, how's he going to get out of this? And in classic badass fashion, as soon as he figures out the plan, it's like the Vreen is going to contact his home planet and send more of his alien brethren to conquer the planet. It's like, oh, Shredder's like, now I know what you want. I'm asserting my control. I'm throwing you out of my body and then beating the crap out of the people who came to attack him. One of the other pretty badass scene. Like, the Shredder comic book is just good. It's just good stuff. And then it also, I'm glad I read Turtles 300 before this one, because this actually references the last scene in that, where the Lady Izumi dies, is killed by General Eight Thunders, and Shredder, like, senses it right there. So, and then in the end of the, the ending. So he asserts control, kicks the alien's butt. And the original people who had hired him in the very beginning of the comic book arc are still trying to find him. Not Agent Avon, but the actual people she worked for. And then they find out that he is touched down in New York. They found him. He's not, like they said, it's surprised he's come back without his usual, like, guards. This is very uncharacteristic of him. He's not being hiding. He's very out in the open. So, like, you're just like, scramble up the troops. Let's go get him. Let's put that monster out of all our miseries. And then the next issue is going to be called Miseries. And the cover is Shredder fighting a ton of federal agents. So I can't wait. I got to wait till August 16th, I believe, is the next couple issues of this. Very excited. These are awesome comic books. I definitely plan on doing more videos. I like keeping people up to date on what is going on in the Turtles comic books. I definitely want people to get their own, so I'm trying not to go into every detail, but these are the ones to get. Definitely, I recommend picking up all 3 of those comic books. Let me know in the comments if you've got those comic books as well, if you're looking forward to them. If there's any other comic books you want me to cover on this channel, just let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe, but for now, I'm done with this conversation.